Hey guys, this is part 2 of the in-depth series to Blender for absolute first-time users. In this video, we're going to briefly go over the 3D viewport controls. Since you'll be spending most of your time in the 3D viewport, it's useful to know how to move around and orient yourself in the 3D space quickly and precisely. So we're back in Blender. In order to reset your 3D viewport back to the world origin, you can press Shift and C. So if you have ever accidentally moved away and you don't know exactly where you are, I find this to be an extremely useful shortcut to learn for the first time. So Shift C is to go back to basics, back to the world origin. The world origin is where both axes align. So where the X, Y, and also the Z axis come together, that's considered the world origin. Now, with the middle mouse button, you can pan around. As you can see by clicking and holding the middle mouse, we can pan around and encircle our current selection. You can either use the scroll wheel to scroll in and out, to zoom, or you can hold Ctrl and middle mouse to zoom in. Either of those are pretty useful. You're going to be using the middle mouse button a lot in Blender. It's definitely something that is different from other 3D software. In order to move around, you can hold Shift and middle mouse button. So with Shift and middle mouse button, by clicking, we can move, we can scroll in and out, we can pan, and we can zoom. We also have this gizmo in the top right, next to the sidebar or end panel, where we can snap our viewport to the axes. So by clicking on the -Y and -X, Z, etc., we can snap our view to those axes. Another way to snap your view along the axis is by holding Alt and middle mouse button and dragging into the direction of the axis where you want to snap to. For those of you who have a numpad, you can use the buttons 1 through 9 to orient yourself in a similar fashion. You can press 1 to go through the -Y view. You can press 3 to go to the X view. Or to view from above, you can press 7. And if you want to go to the opposite side, you hold Ctrl while pressing one of these buttons. So if I want to go to the Y view instead of the -Y, so from front to back, I hold Ctrl and 1, which will swap me around. Similarly on Ctrl 3 and 3, and on 7 and Ctrl 7. You can also use the 4, 8, 6, and 2 to incrementally pan around. So right now I'm pressing 8, and now I'm pressing 2. As you can see, I'm incrementally panning around the object. I also want to note that if you do use the numpad, you can sometimes end up in the orthographic view. In order to change from orthographic to perspective, you can press the 5 button. And if you do not have a numpad, you can swap perspective here under the view button. So if I press 5, I go from orthographic to the perspective. I recommend staying in the perspective for most use cases. I would also like to explain a little bit about viewport gizmos. So when you have an object selected, you can actually choose whether or not you want to view object gizmos. In the top right over here, you can change those and enable them. By default, these are disabled. But for those of you who want to manually move an object around, you can enable these. And as you can see, I now have controls where I can click on and drag in order to manipulate the object. Just going to reset it here. Another handy thing I want to explore are the viewport overlays. In here, I'd like to enable statistics to see how many objects, vertices, edges, faces, and triangles there are present in my current project. This is also where you can find additional options for the axes. So you can actually disable or enable any of these axes, as well as find viewport wireframes, which you can enable and disable there, and face orientation. If I delete a face, you will see that the inside will be red because we have enabled face orientation. Another thing I would like to show you is the cavity mode up here by the viewport shading in the top right. You can enable this here. This will kind of highlight your mesh's edges, which will allow you to see the distinction between the edges a little better. Just makes modeling a bit easier overall. In the Viewport Shading tab, you can also change the visual style of your objects exclusive to the viewport. You can choose studio lighting and MatCaps. These allow you to choose a color and lighting scheme to help you in making design choices. There's also the X-ray mode, which you can enable in the top right or by pressing Alt and Z. As you can see, we can now view through our object. And if I have multiple objects together, you can see where those intersect and where they are relative to each other. So just a quick recap of using the viewport to move around. Middle mouse button to pan, shift middle mouse to move, alt middle mouse to snap into viewport, and control middle mouse to zoom in and out. In the next video, we're going to explore object mode and how to move and transform our objects.